Imagine it's the dead of winter. The temperature is dropping fast, and suddenly the power goes out. Your house is quickly turning into an icebox. You reach for your phone, but there's no signal, no heat, no lights, no way to call for help. In that moment, it hits you. You're not prepared. These kinds of emergencies are becoming more common every year. Between extreme winter storms, unexpected blackouts, and even supply shortages, if you're not ready, you and your family could be left out in the cold, literally. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 essential items you need to survive a winter emergency. This isn't just about staying comfortable, it's about keeping your home safe and ensuring your family's well-being. So, let's dive in before it's too late. Step 1. Stockpile food and water. Winter emergencies can hit suddenly, and when they do, it's not always possible to pop over to the store. Snowstorms, icy roads, and power outages can shut everything down, leaving you stuck with whatever's in your pantry. That's why building a stockpile of food and water before cold weather arrives is crucial. Start with non-perishable foods that don't require electricity to prepare. Think canned vegetables, beans, soups, and meats like tuna or chicken. These last a long time, provide essential nutrients, and most can be eaten straight from the can if necessary. Grains like rice, pasta, and oatmeal are also great options. They're filling, versatile, and easy to store. Don't forget high-energy foods like peanut butter, nuts, and dried fruit. These can keep your energy up in the cold and are easy to snack on. For water, aim to store at least 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and basic hygiene. In a long-term blackout, your water supply might be disrupted, or pipes could freeze, so having a backup can make all the difference. Getting prepared is simple, but it's a step you'll be grateful for if winter weather takes an unexpected turn. Planning ahead is crucial. If you're storing water in a cold spot like a garage or shed, remember it could freeze solid when temperatures drop. Try keeping your water in insulated containers or store it indoors where it stays warmer. And don't forget one key step: rotate your stockpile regularly. Canned goods and bottled water have expiration dates, and you definitely don't want to discover spoiled food when you need it most. Make it a habit to check your supplies every few months and replace anything nearing expiration. By preparing now, you're ensuring your family's comfort and safety, no matter how long the storm or blackout might last. Step 2. Preventing water from freezing. One of the biggest challenges during a winter emergency is keeping your water supply from freezing. Whether it's your home's plumbing or your emergency water stash, access to water is essential. Without it, even basic tasks like cooking, cleaning, and staying hydrated become difficult, and nobody wants to deal with burst pipes in the dead of winter. First, let's focus on your home's plumbing. When cold weather is on the way, start by insulating any exposed pipes, especially those in unheated areas like the garage, attic, or basement. Pipe insulation foam is affordable and simple to install. Just wrap it around your pipes to add a layer of protection. For pipes in extra cold areas, consider using heat tape. This plugs into a regular outlet and gently warms the pipes, preventing them from freezing. It can be a real lifesaver in harsh winter conditions. Another easy trick? Leave your faucets dripping slightly. Running water is less likely to freeze than still water, so a slow, steady drip can help prevent pipes from freezing overnight when temperatures are at their lowest. And if you're preparing for freezing temperatures, these small actions can make all the difference in keeping your water accessible and your home safe. For your emergency water supply, planning is key. Store water in smaller containers and keep them indoors where it's warmer to reduce the risk of freezing. If you need to store water outside, make sure to insulate those containers or keep them in a protected spot like a garage or shed. Wrapping containers in blankets or storing them in coolers can also help prevent them from freezing solid. For added protection, consider using thermal containers. These are designed to keep water at a stable temperature and are incredibly useful in cold climates. And if you find yourself unprepared with frozen water or pipes, don't try to thaw them with direct heat like a blowtorch. Instead, use gentle heat from a space heater or hairdryer to warm them gradually and avoid damage. Taking a few precautions now will save you from the major hassle and possible pipe damage when the deep freeze hits. Step 3. Emergency heating solutions. When the power goes out in the dead of winter, the cold isn't just uncomfortable, it can become a real threat. In just a few hours, your home can start feeling like an icebox, which is why having emergency heating solutions is not just helpful, it's critical. First, find a reliable heat source that doesn't depend on electricity. Kerosene and propane heaters are great options, but they must be used safely. These heaters can be life-saving, but without proper use, they come with risks. Always ensure the area is well ventilated to prevent carbon monoxide buildup, and keep a working carbon monoxide detector nearby. This isn't just a suggestion, it's essential for safety. When using any alternative heat source, remember, ventilation is crucial. Without it, the same device keeping you warm could become a hazard. A heater can be a lifesaver in the cold, but if used incorrectly, it could turn into a silent threat. If you're lucky enough to have a fireplace or wood-burning stove, get it ready before winter kicks in. Stock up on dry firewood and make sure your chimney is clean. If the power stays out for a while, these can keep you warm safely. Remember, it's easier and safer to heat one small space rather than the whole house. Choose a room, close off any doors or windows with heavy blankets or plastic sheeting, and focus your heating efforts there. Quick tip, heated blankets or thermal wear can provide an extra layer of warmth, even with limited heating options. They can be powered by a small generator or power bank, making them incredibly useful during a blackout. Planning your emergency heating is critical. Know how to use each device safely, and always have a backup plan. When the cold hits, you'll be grateful you took the time to prepare. Step 4. Carbon monoxide detectors. Your lifesaver in winter. During any winter emergency, especially when using alternative heating like kerosene or propane heaters or even a generator, the silent killer to watch out for is carbon monoxide. This gas is odorless and invisible, meaning it can build up in your home without you noticing. That's why having working carbon monoxide detectors isn't just a precaution, it's a must-have lifesaver. Imagine this, you're using a heater to stay warm, thinking everything's fine, but slowly you and your family start feeling dizzy, confused, or worse, you don't wake up. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a real and deadly risk, especially during blackouts when people are desperate to stay warm and forget the dangers of using these devices in poorly ventilated spaces. Install battery-powered carbon monoxide detectors on each floor of your home, especially near sleeping areas, and any room you'll be using for alternative heating. Regularly check that they're working properly and replace batteries as needed. It's a simple step that can truly save lives. Place battery-powered carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your home, especially near sleeping areas. Test them regularly. Don't just assume they're working because they're there. Many people overlook this, thinking they'll never need it. But in a blackout, this tiny device could be the difference between life and death. If you're using a generator or any fuel-burning appliance, never run it indoors, in your basement, or even in your garage. Always operate these outside and keep them far from any windows or vents. It's a small adjustment that could save lives. So, before winter arrives, double-check that your carbon monoxide detectors are working and ready. It's one of the simplest steps, but it could be the most important. Step 5. Insulation and weatherproofing. Keeping the heat inside. When winter temperatures drop below freezing, keeping the warmth inside your home becomes crucial. Without proper insulation and weatherproofing, any heat you generate, whether from a propane heater, wood stove, or other emergency source, will escape quickly, leaving you and your family exposed to the cold. Think about it. If you're relying on limited heating sources, the last thing you want is for that precious warmth to slip out through drafty windows and doors. Start by insulating those areas. Draft stoppers are a simple and effective way to block cold air from seeping in under doors. For windows, try using heavy-duty plastic sheeting or insulation film that you can tape over the glass to trap heat. Heavy curtains or thermal drapes add another layer of protection and help retain any warmth you're generating. These small steps can make a big difference, keeping you more comfortable and safer when winter hits hard. After you've secured your primary heat sources, take a closer look at sealing any cracks or gaps around your home. Check around doors, windows, and any spots where pipes or wires enter the house. Use caulk or weather stripping to seal these gaps. Even tiny cracks can let in cold air that makes a big impact. If you're in an older home, consider adding extra insulation to walls and the attic to help keep temperatures steady. Don't overlook the floors either. Cold air often rises from the ground, especially if your home isn't well insulated or has a crawl space underneath. Laying down thick rugs or carpeting can help trap warmth and make the space more comfortable for your family. This simple step can make a surprising difference when it's freezing outside. Lastly, protect your plumbing. Insulate exposed pipes in unheated areas like basements and attics to prevent them from freezing and bursting. Wrapping pipes in insulation foam or heat tape can save you from costly damage and the inconvenience of losing water during a winter blackout. With these steps, your home will hold on to every bit of warmth, keeping you and your family safe and comfortable even during the harshest winter storms. Step 6. Health precautions. Preventing hypothermia. When temperatures drop and the heat goes out, hypothermia becomes a real threat. It doesn't take long for your body's core temperature to drop to dangerous levels, especially if you're unprepared. The scariest part? Hypothermia can creep up on you even indoors, and by the time you notice symptoms, it could already be serious. So, how do you stay ahead of hypothermia? First, be sure you have thermal blankets and warm clothing layers like wool socks, thermal underwear, and heavy jackets. Wool and fleece are excellent choices because they keep you warm even if they get wet, unlike cotton, which loses its insulating power once damp. Now, let's discuss managing your home during a prolonged power outage. Keep all family members in one room, ideally a smaller one, to conserve heat. Seal off unused rooms with blankets or plastic sheeting to prevent warmth from escaping. Sleeping in shifts can also be helpful so that someone is always awake to check on everyone and ensure they stay warm. If possible, drink warm liquids like soup or tea to maintain your core temperature from the inside. But avoid alcohol. It might make you feel warm, but it actually lowers your body temperature, increasing your risk of hypothermia. Staying active with light exercises can help maintain circulation, but avoid overexertion. Sweating can make you colder in the long run. A quick but vital reminder: do not rely on space heaters or gas stoves indoors unless you have proper ventilation, as these can lead to carbon monoxide poisoning. Your priority is safe, reliable heat and staying dry. Planning ahead and reacting swiftly will help keep your family safe when the cold sets in. Step 7. Backup power solutions. When the power goes out, life comes to a standstill. Your heating system, refrigerator, lights, and even your phone charger stop working. In the middle of winter, this can quickly turn into a serious situation. If the power goes out for more than a few hours, having a backup power solution becomes essential, not just convenient. There are several options to keep crucial devices running. A gasoline-powered generator is a reliable choice for short-term needs, but remember, it's noisy, needs regular maintenance, and must never be used indoors or in enclosed spaces due to carbon monoxide risks. A safer and often more practical option, especially for long outages, is a solar-powered generator. These setups come with solar panels and battery storage, allowing you to generate and store power, even on winter days with limited sun. They don't need fuel, so you're not left scrambling for gas. And they're silent, keeping things discreet. For smaller needs, portable power stations or battery banks are excellent for essentials like phones, laptops, and small appliances. Some models can even power small heaters, depending on their wattage. Pair these with solar charging panels, and you've got a renewable energy solution that won't run out, even in a long-term blackout. But here's the critical part. Don't wait until the power's out to figure out how to use these devices. Familiarize yourself with their operation, keep them charged, and ensure you have extra fuel or solar panels ready. A generator is useless if you're out of gas, and a battery bank won't help if it's drained. Be mindful of energy usage during an outage. Prioritize essentials, like heating, over non-essentials. Step 8. Winter-ready vehicle kit for too long in freezing temperatures. Consider using insulated containers to prevent them from turning to ice. Staying hydrated is just as important as staying warm, especially if you're stranded for hours. Also, include a flashlight with extra batteries or, even better, a hand crank flashlight, so you're not left in the dark. Flares or reflective warning triangles are essential too, as they make your car visible to other drivers and emergency responders. Winter roads can be treacherous, and visibility is often low, so having a way to signal for help is crucial. A basic first aid kit is another must-have for any vehicle emergency kit. In winter, if you end up waiting for help, even minor injuries can become more uncomfortable or serious in cold conditions. Stock it with essentials like bandages, antiseptic wipes, and any personal medications you might need. Lastly, keep a fully charged portable phone charger in your kit. In an emergency, your phone is a lifeline for communication, navigation, and even tracking weather updates. Just make sure it's charged regularly. With a well-prepared winter vehicle kit, you'll be ready for the unexpected and have peace of mind knowing that you can handle whatever winter throws your way. Safe driving starts with smart planning, and this kit could be the difference between a manageable delay and a dangerous situation. Inhalers. The consequences could be serious. Make sure to have an ample supply of all necessary prescriptions, ideally enough to last at least a week, if not longer. In addition to medications, keep a well-stocked first aid kit in your home and vehicle. Include essential items like adhesive bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, and medical tape. It's also wise to add items for specific needs, like allergy medications, pain relievers, and any over-the-counter medications that you frequently use. Don't forget personal health items, such as thermometers, hand sanitizers, and ointments for cuts or burns. In a winter emergency, you may find yourself tending to minor injuries or illnesses, and being prepared can prevent these from worsening. Consider including items like a digital thermometer, an instant cold pack, and a heating pad as well. The ability to monitor temperature and manage pain effectively can be vital when access to professional medical help is limited. Lastly, if you or someone in your household has a chronic condition, it's a good idea to keep emergency contact numbers and medical information readily accessible. Write down any critical information, including allergies, current medications, and emergency contacts, and keep this in your first aid kit. This can be helpful in case someone else needs to assist you, or if you need to seek help. By being prepared with medical supplies and prescriptions, you can ensure that you and your family remain healthy and safe, even in the most challenging winter emergencies. And emergency services. That's why it's essential to have reliable communication devices ready for winter emergencies. First, invest in a battery-powered or hand-crank emergency radio. This can keep you updated on weather conditions and emergency announcements when other communication methods fail. Many models come with no AA weather alerts, ensuring you receive crucial information directly from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Additionally, consider having a walkie-talkie set for local communication. They can be a great way to stay connected with family members, especially if you have to move around the house or property while the power is out. Just make sure to keep them charged and test them regularly. Don't forget about portable phone chargers or power banks. These devices can keep your cell phones operational during extended power outages, allowing you to communicate with family or emergency services. Solar chargers can be particularly handy since they don't require electricity and can provide power as long as there's sunlight. In a situation where you may need to evacuate, having a list of important phone numbers, including family members, neighbors, and local emergency services, can be crucial. Write them down and keep them in an easily accessible location, as relying solely on electronic devices could leave you in the dark. Lastly, consider investing in a satellite phone if you're in a remote area where cellular service is unreliable. These phones use satellites to connect, providing a reliable way to reach out even in the most severe weather. By ensuring you have multiple communication devices on hand, you can stay informed and connected, making it easier to navigate emergencies and keep your family safe during winter storms and blackouts. To your emergency plan and make sure you're ready for whatever winter throws your way. Here's a quick recap of what you can do to ensure your family's safety and comfort during a long winter blackout. 1. Stock up on essentials. Make sure you have enough food, water, and medical supplies. Keep at least a 30-day supply of necessary prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, and non-perishable food items. 2. Emergency heating solutions. Have alternative heating sources ready, like kerosene or propane heaters. Ensure they're safe to use and well ventilated. If you have a fireplace or wood stove, stockpile dry firewood. 3. Insulation and weatherproofing. Insulate your home to keep the heat in. Use draft stoppers, seal gaps, and consider adding extra insulation to walls and attics. 4. Backup power solutions. Invest in a generator or solar power setup. Familiarize yourself with how they work and keep them charged and maintained. 5. Winter Ready Vehicle. Kit. Prepare your car for winter emergencies with blankets, food, water, a shovel, jumper cables, and a flashlight. Keep your gas tank at least half full. 6. Medical supplies. Don't just have a first aid kit. Make sure you have a supply of prescription medications and hygiene products. 7. Communication devices. Equip your emergency kit with a hand crank or battery-powered radio, two-way radios for local communication, and consider a satellite phone for long-term outages. 8. Plan and practice. Create a family emergency plan and practice it. Ensure everyone knows what to do and where to go if the power goes out. Taking these steps will not only help you survive a winter blackout, but can also provide peace of mind knowing you're prepared. Don't wait until it's too late. Start preparing now to protect your loved ones when they need it most. Stay safe and warm this winter. Remember, being prepared for a winter emergency is all about having the right items and plans in place. Here's a summary of the 10 critical items you need to survive a winter emergency. 1. Backup heat sources. Keep kerosene or propane heaters on hand. Make sure they're safe and well ventilated. 2. Insulated pipes. Protect your plumbing by insulating pipes, especially those in unheated areas, to prevent freezing and bursting. 3. Non-perishable food. Stock up on canned goods, dry snacks, and ready-to-eat meals to last through a power outage. 4. Clean water supply. Store enough bottled water for your family, aiming for at least 1 gallon per person per day. 5. First aid kit. Have a well-stocked first aid kit that includes not just bandages, but also any necessary prescription medications. 6. Flashlights and batteries. Ensure you have reliable light sources and extra batteries for when the power goes out. 7. Portable power sources. Invest in a generator or solar power setup to keep essential devices running. 8. Emergency blankets and warm clothing. Keep thermal blankets and warm layers of clothing on hand to prevent hypothermia. 9. Communication devices. Equip yourself with a battery-powered or hand-crank radio, two-way radios for local communication, and extra batteries. 10th Winter Ready Vehicle. Kit. Don't forget to prepare your car with blankets, food, water, and tools like a shovel and jumper cables. Don't wait for a storm to start gathering supplies. Begin today. By being proactive, you'll not only keep your home and family safe, but also ensure that you can thrive during a winter emergency. Remember, winter blackouts can occur suddenly, and those who are unprepared will feel the impact the most. So take action now, and you'll be ready for whatever winter throws your way. Stay safe and warm.